And now we want to bring in, once again, another familiar Ask the Expert guest. She's owner and CEO of what's called TheraTree, Pediatric Therapy Services of Owensboro. She also happens to be an outstanding occupational therapist. Delighted to welcome back to Midday, Jessica Hatfield. Jessica, good afternoon. I know you're doing all kinds of things as a result of the pandemic to help with your business. Tell us about PT for Heroes. What's that exactly?
Yeah, so PT for Heroes, it's an initiative to support the healthcare providers who are on the front lines of the coronavirus. So this is providing them free therapy through telehealth. So doctors, nurses, and the other healthcare professionals, they're enduring long, stressful hours, saving lives, and often without proper personal protective equipment. And it's really showing up in their bodies through pain and other injuries. And our colleagues at Hands On Diagnosis started this awesome movement just for them.
Now, as we know, TheraTree offers a lot of different services. Is occupational and speech therapy offered with this?
Yes, so as this movement grew, it started with PT, and us from other disciplines asked them, how can we contribute to this? Because this is so great. So there's also a dedicated site for OT for Heroes and SLP for Heroes, but that all goes through the PT for Heroes site. So you could go right to PT for Heroes. And so we also extended this through children of the frontline healthcare workers, too.
Now, as we know, TheraTree works with, sometimes will work with clinics, right? How many clinics are working with regard to PT for Heroes?
Yeah, so there's over 100 across the U.S. that have come together to support this movement.
Who's a good candidate, Jessica? What's the age bracket that you're trying to treat?
Well, this movement is for all frontline healthcare workers who might be themselves experiencing pain or injury from repetitive movements or as a result of overusing the PPE equipment that they need. And this is also for their children. So if their children are experiencing anything that they might need OT or PT or speech for, they can apply and sign up for this.
And, of course, TheraTree, like most people, they're adapting to the coronavirus. How are the people getting the services?
So just like all of our other services that we're providing to our clients, this is all through telehealth.
Very good. Tell people exactly where you are. And you serve how wide an area?
Yeah, so we serve the Owensboro area and all the surrounding areas. We have patients that some drive a couple hours when we're usually in the clinic, but really, we could see clients all throughout Kentucky. And for this specific movement, you could go to ptforheroes.com and and so that's how you'll sign up for this. You'll go enter your basic contact info, and it'll send you a list of practices in your areas that are participating. So, we're still working with licensure laws, and for many therapy providers, they can only practice in the state that they're licensed in. Now, some states and insurance companies have made exceptions during this time, but that gives you a little context around why you go through this process to sign up for PT for Heroes.
As you know, TheraTree is very active in the tri-state community. When we return, Jessica will tell us about that and much more. Jessica, please sit tight, and we're coming back with more to wrap up Midday with Mike. But first, listen to this.